Hello friends, welcome back to another YGOPro video. It's Jam aka Kaiju3 here, where we'll be looking at another card. It's a new card in Maximum Crisis called Tail Kaguya. It's the fourth card in the Fairy Tail archetype. Now we've already got Snow, which has actually changed the meta quite a bit, like light swarms and stuff become amazing and Shiranui's become ridiculously stupid when they go off. And we've already got, I think we got Slifer, we got this one already. And next set in rate we're getting the Cinderella one. But in Maximum Crisis we get Kaguya, which is the Rotas, the Stratos for this archetype. The strange thing is it searches spellcasters with 1850 attack, so there's only a few of them that you can actually search. One of the archetypes that came up is Charmers, and you don't really want to search the 1850 attack ones because those ones you want to spec them from the deck or hand using the effect of the Charmers. So the best ones to search is just the Fairy Tail archetype in itself, and that's what Kaguya does. On normal summon, search for an 1850 attack. It can even search itself, and the funny effect of it, the second effect, is it can bounce a monster on your opponent's field if they don't send a monster with the same copy of the card from the deck or extra deck. So it works very well with Kaijus if your opponent's not running that particular Kaiju. So we're running with a Kaiju engine, and also we are running with the Charmers, because I just want to try the Charmers. I don't think they help the deck that much, but I really like running the Dharc Charmer, because if you use the Dharc Charmer's effect, you special summon a familiar possessed Dharc, and when you summon this one you can search your Fairy Tail cards, because you can search a level 4 light spellcaster type monster. So that's the idea of this. So we're gonna look at how we work with this deck then. Right, let's start off with this one. It's a replay against frogs. Well, they've got Aqua Actress as well. They are also running Kaiju, so that can maybe affect the game later on. And the idea of this deck is you summon a Kaiju, and then you can search on the summon, and then Kaguya will bounce back the Kaiju. So you just get rid of their monster, and also summon a Kaiju on their side, and then bounce it back, and you get a search as well on the normal summon. Kaguya only works on the normal summon, not on the special summon, so you really want it to be bounced back to your hand. And then there's the frog stuff going on. So the nice thing about that is they cleared the Totally Awesome, this slash Street Toad. And I'm running the trap card, which specs if something gets destroyed on your side, you spec a basically Dharc Charmer in this build. Spellcaster with 15 defense from your deck. And we're gonna bait them out with Snow. And I'm also running the instant fusion tech, because with Dharc Charmer you can tribute the TER, Thousand Eyes Restrict, and that lets you summon the Dharc Charmer from the deck, Familiar Possessed Dharc, which can search the Fairy Tail stuff. And there we go. And it also, this trap card, it protects your Charmers from being destroyed. I wanted Charmers to work for a while now, but it's really hard to build the deck because they've got really limited amount of cards. There's the Kaguya trying to bounce the Toad, which negated it. Now they can take control of a Dharc monster if you flip this, but they don't control a Dharc monster, so that kind of sucks. It also works, that's why I played 2 Radians in this build in the Kaijus, because Dharc to Dharc Charmer you can control the Radian if you tributed them, provided you don't have a Kaiju, similar to Gradles. Now Kaguya, the awesome thing about this, it reminds me of your Senjus. What's the Senjus? Is it Kama 1 and Kama 3? Kama 1 is the one that bounces a monster, and then Kama 3 is the one if you do battle damage you search. So Kaguya does two of those. It does both those. It does the job. One card does 2 things. So with the Kaijus, it's really ridiculous, because you only need 2 card combos, including Kaguya, and Kaguya is also searchable with Kaguya, so you can keep on doing it, keep on searching. Now there's a thing they've switched to the Aqua Actress, it's quite interesting. I nearly died here. Attacking in one BLS as well, because we are running a hefty amount of dark and light monsters. Especially with instant fusion, it's easy to access the dark monsters like Thousand Eyes Restrict, and also the Fairy Tails. Obviously all of them are light monsters. Now the sad thing about this is that if you have a water Kaiju, their water aquarium actually helps them out. And we are nearly dead, 300 life points because that Aqua Actress dude just did so much damage earlier on. Trying out one Dharc renewal because all the cards in this deck is, not all of them, but the Fairy Tales are all Spellcasters as well as the Charmers. And then this lets you spec the Dharc Charmer, the level 3 one from the deck. And the top deck, the Storm. Oh, this is a ridiculous play. This, and you just resurrect like 2-3 Toads from the grave. Yep, that are more boosted. And Fairy Tale Snow, trying to do stuff, but it doesn't work because just have 2 negates. It's just yep. But as you can see that we got rid of. I think they went through all the totally awesome in the deck just to do that game. Here's one against Blue Ice. Chaos Max, I think you can't target or destroy it, so perfect for this matchup because we can just Kaiju it, provided they do summon it. That's when they search the Kaguya. When you don't have anything else to search, I'll probably just search Kaguya, Fairy Tale Kaguya, because later on we could probably overlay with the Kaguya. It's level 4, good level, similar to Snow. And didn't really want to use that against the Blue Ice over there because they'll just actually send one because it's a Blue Ice deck. You don't want that to happen. There we go. This is another thing where you're going to bounce the Gamecial because they don't have a Gamecial in the deck, so they can't send it. So with these 2 cards, you just clear a monster and then resurrect it, bring this back to your hand. And there we go. There's a Chaos Max coming down. It's not game though, unfortunately. This Radiant has big defense, so it doesn't kill us. And there you go, get rid of it instantly. Gives us a Kaiju as well with Slumber. Unfortunately, they floodgated that. But you can just attack into it, flip it up, and then bounce it back again with Kaguya. That's like basic combo is so good. And later on, Fairy Tale Snow can make you in games, just book a moon stuff on your opponent's turn. It's not as ridiculous as compared to Light Swans or something because you don't really mill half your deck turn 2 or something with this deck. But late game can be quite useful. And you've got rank 4s as well that you can run. For the instant fusion targets, I run 1 Norden, 2000 Eyes, and just generic stuff. We also run the Gigabyte because you can make totally awesome plays. Just to search the King of the Realm, sorry, search the Gigabyte. There we go, winning with it against the Blue Ice. Later on, I always notice I always have a lot of Fairy Tales in hand that I don't really use. So that's probably something you could use with those, like Twin Twisters. You've got 3 Twin Twister food. You just scarred them, especially Fairy Tale Snow. The scarred fodders. This game is against Christrons. Try and do some Karakuri plays where they'll flip this one. Nice thing about Talia is a flip effect monster, and if you flip this, you summon one from hand, and it works very nicely with Snow, which just book a moons their field, like in a battle phase. And there's also negate stuff if you tribute things. There you go. You can attack into it, bounce it in a battle phase with this, because this Kaguya effect works during every player's turn. The bounce effect, which is awesome. Also running Mind Control just so I can maybe use Radiant, summon Radiant on your opponent's side, and use the Dharc Charmer to use the tribute effect for Dharc, the familiar possess from the deck, to search more Fairy Tale stuff when you resolve that. There you go. This is, I think, the second time we've used Kaguya's effect on this Draco Ruler, which use it on your opponent's turn if it fails, because they can just dump one from the deck. Use it on your turn if they don't kill your Kaguya, then bounce it. There you go, there's the board cleared there. Deck accelerates, excels. It excels in board clearing, which is good with Kaijus, because the Kaiju doesn't really stay there for that long, you just bounce it. Then next turn you can do the same thing over and over again, so your opponent, it's going to be very afraid at some point to field a decent monster on the field. You can just easily clear it. And at the same time you gain card advantage. There you go, bounce it again. See that happening quite a lot. Your opponent summons something cool, then you just get rid of it instantly. Make them spend some resources on monsters, and then that's it. They just lose it with the Kaiju. I think this one is that's the play I was just talking about, where you distribute the Radiant to get a search. Let's just finish the game off with a Fairy Tail Snow because we got enough cards. So once you get Crystons and Dragunities, which is a deck that can spec Crystal Wing or Stardust Dragon very consistently. And doing this stupid combo. Go add some remedy, and then we open the combo. Initially when I was trying this deck, I was trying to use artifacts, but decided to take them out later on. This was the early build. I was also trying out, there's the Maximum Crisis set, I think it's Maximum Crisis, I'm not quite sure. They released a new Charmer. I think it's the familiar possessed version of the Light Charmer, which I tried out as well, but I prefer the Dark Charmer because of the attribute, because of BLS and stuff. There you go, just cleared the Crystal Wing instantly. The only negative thing about Kaguya is probably is that you have to normal summon it to get the effect to search, and if you bounce it, it goes back to the hand, and that means you don't have a normal summon anymore for the turn, so you only clear one thing at a time. But the nice thing about it is you just search and you just get rid of a monster easily. So you're going to bounce the Dragulus there, and then clear the board again with the Kaiju Slumber. And there you go. I think they had a board of Stardust, Crystal Wing and stuff, so in Red MD, and with the deck it can easily clear it as long as we open the Kaiju and the Kaguya. It's one of the longer games. I think it was against Onyx. It looks like they bricked initially. And if they have no monsters, it's quite hard to interact actually. We've got the combo of the Possession Unpossessed trap card with Dark to Dark Charmer. Unfortunately they did destroy it, so that kinda sucks, and they didn't even attack Dark to Dark Charmer. They storm forth of it. I wish I could just flip that and take over the Erebus, but Onyx, they don't really like your monsters. Distribute it. Just destroy it with this, and then we can just use this guy. Just bounce it. We got 3 Kaijus in, and there's a lot of Kaijus opened. Not a problem though, because we can just bounce it back with Kaguya every turn. Get rid of their tribute summon monster. And yeah, this is indeed the main Monarchs. Still a good deck, Monarchs. I mean, this deck's in TCG is over a year old now, or nearly a year old. I think sometime around this year, last year, the Monarch structure deck got released. It's interesting. Still a good deck. You can just bounce stuff. The interesting thing is you can bounce a trap card and then they can send another trap card, so that actually probably helps out the Monarchs. So there's something cool that I tried out there. Just try to send a trap card to the grave, the monster trap card Prime, and try to bounce it, and then they could just dump the same card name. I think it's because Kaguya doesn't care if it's a monster, cares if it's the name of the card. And there's the Bahamut Shark text coming in. That's a summon there. Totally awesome to negate stuff. Although Monarchs have actually unbricked for a few turns now, and then they can actually keep on going. And they can recycle Ether as well with Erebus. It's not too bad for them. But Kaijus though, it's pretty good against them. But they did spec Vanity's Fiend as a tried to summon Toad. Doing the draw thingies. The Monarchs take ages to play against. Yeah, recycling stuff over and over again. Oh, that they ragged out instant fusion. That's pretty strong. Nearly dead. 850 life points. They're still on 7600. We are, I think, running out of stuff actually. Yeah, that Prime in the field is really good now, and then Effort at 1, still good. Try to do stuff here, but nothing really. Yep. Nothing really happened there. I think we Kaiju them about 10 times in that game. This one's against Spellbox. They sort of bricked, I guess, because they didn't open any Blue Boy or secrets. And this hand as well is not that good. I think this is one of the games where we used Dark Renewal to its full potential in this deck. So it's okay, Dark Renewal. I think I mentioned earlier I was playing artifacts. I took out artifacts, made some room, and then had a bit more room than I thought, and then we put in Dark Renewal. It seems to work okay there. Got rid of the High Priestess. I think it's a really good top deck actually, Instant Fusion, because we can get Thousand Eyes, take this, Veiler unfortunately. But you sack these two off and get the Dharc, Familiar Possessed Dharc, and you get your Fairy Tail Kaguya. That's your auto for the Kaguya, other than Kaguya, to gain Kaguya. You can use Familiar Possessed Dharc to get it. Also another level 4, so you can make rank 4s. It's pretty cool. I don't think they can do that much. They're running this silent card. It's pretty cool. Yep. There you go. I like the searching of the Kaguya using a Familiar Possessed Dharc. Dharc the Dark Charmer. And last but not least, this is the game against Subterrors. They opened quite well there with the double rotor, Brilliant Fusion. Made Stalagmo. Stalagmo will draw, and this guy comes back. He also drew Instant Fusion for Aphlesia, Acid Trap Hole. But we have Slumber, so it's good. And this deck I prefer going second actually, because you play Kaijus obviously, and you just, if they make stuff, you just remove it easily, getting pluses off in the end as well. And the whole deck, Subterrors float so hard actually. And there's the time where we used Cinderella. We only run one Wonder Wand and one Cinderella. And it came in useful. We drew a bunch of cards we used. I just made the lightning deck because Subterrors, I know they suck against lightning. Because flip effect monsters don't do anything when you have Interpret the Lightning. But they also run a Fairy Tail Snow. Damn, they went for a lot of stuff. Slumber, searching another Kaiju. Opting not to Kaiju and bounce here actually, for a bit more damage. This is Fairy Tail Snow versus Fairy Tail Kaguya, it's interesting. And I just ended up bouncing it, so whatever. And that's it, that's the duel against Subterrors. So what do you think? It's sort of like an experimental thing, but I do think that the maybe we'll see this in the future. Fairy Tail Kaguya, it's quite a strong card, especially with the Kaiju, so maybe it might be a good deck, especially if we're going to get even more Fairy Tail stuff in the coming sets. Not sure if this is the last one, but hopefully we get maybe one or two more of the Fairy Tail dudes. They look really good. They're a pretty strong archetype. Only one of these guys. Hopefully they get better support. Although the flip on Talia is pretty deadly sometimes. So yeah, that's the build. Trying out the Unpossessed with the Dark Charmer. Mind Control, I think I mentioned that, because you take it down, you Radiant the field, take it, use Dark Charmer, and rank 4s and stuff. Never really went into Tsukiyomi actually. Maybe take that out for something. And here's the stuff. I think this is the Familiar Possessed liner that I tried out. This is the new one. This is also Maximum Crisis, I believe. Add one when you spec it with this effect. You can add one Spellcaster type monster from your deck with 15 defense. Yeah, that's why I prefer this one, because this one searches the Fairy Tail stuff, and they all have 1k defense, whilst this dude only searches 1500 defense, which is the level 3 dudes. These guys have 15 defense, which works with the trap card. So yeah, that's about it. This is the Fairy Tail Kaiju Charmers sort of experimental deck. What do you think? Comments down in the section below. Thanks for watching, guys. It's Jam here. Bye bye. Take care.